Dear student, good morning to all of you. I am Melvin Singh of your economics teacher. I am going to teach you economics of standard 9th. This is the lesson number 3. That means chapter number 3 and lecture number 7. Before this I have given you 6th lecture. And this is the last lecture of this lesson. The title of this lecture is The Challenges Ahead. We have discussed regarding the poverty in India, in which we have studied what are the causes of poverty in India and what are the steps taken by the government to remove the poverty from India. I have taught you steps taken by the government in lecture number 6. That means steps were such as Antyodaya Anaj Yojana, Prime Minister Rozgar Yojana, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act Yojana. That means from 1999, lot of programs were started by the government of India to eradicate poverty from our country. Eradication of poverty was a great challenge for the government of India because it is the populous country. There are poverty in rural areas as well as in urban areas. Most of the people of rural areas means villages are poor because they haven't land, they haven't opportunity of jobs, they are not skilled. So lot of problems are there and they are facing to remove the poverty. So we have studied steps taken by the government to remove the poverty, but the result of these programs, the results of these programs have been mixed, have been mixed. Mixed means due to lack of proper implementation and right targeting a lot of overlapping of schemes, good intentions, the benefits of these schemes, these schemes are not the fully reached to the deserving poor. Do you know this thing? This statement or conclusion is from the step taken by the government to remove the poverty. It is the conclusion. You can see I have written the result of these programs have been mixed due to lack of proper implementation and right targeting. Means, suppose that the first program Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act 19 Guarantee Act in 2005 that had been started by the government to remove the poverty. Under this there was 100 days work for the poor people. But do you know this thing? In India, lot of bad persons are there. They are taking their own benefit. They are not thinking that this benefit to be given for the poor people. That is why it is given that proper implementation of the program or right targeting is not in our country. So, the benefit is not going to reach in the poor people of our country. So, these benefits are not proper. And there is some overlapping scheme also. The intention of the officers are not good. They are trying to fulfill up their pocket. Money should come in their pocket while that should goes to the pocket of poor people. So imagine yourself if the money is not going towards the poor people and that money is converting in the pocket of officers, how it will be beneficial to remove the poverty in our country. So this is the conclusion regarding the steps to remove the poverty taken by the government. Now the matter is there, the challenge ahead. I have written regarding this, we have to study about that. Poverty reduction will be possible. Poverty reduction will be possible due to following reason. Due to following regions. That means how the steps taken by government to remove the poverty will be possible. So we have to study these points. Regions, following region. Number 1, increasing, that means higher economic growth. Higher economic growth. If there will be high economic growth, the income of people will naturally increase. In which condition high economic growth will be in the country? If the factories, if the opportunity of jobs will be provided to poor people. If they will get the job, their income will increase, so there will be increment in the higher economic growth. That means economy of our country will increase if there will be opportunity of job for the poor people. How the opportunity of job will come? If lot of factories, small scale industries, cottage industries will be provided from the side of government, naturally the income of the poor people will increase and our economy will also grow. So with the help of economic growth, we can remove the poverty from our country. The second point will be that increasing the stress on universal. Number two, increasing increasing stress on universal free elementary education. Do you know this thing? And what the name of Kerala? Kerala is the single state in India which has 100% literacy. Means if there is 100% literacy, people will be skilled and they can earn money anywhere in the world, in the country also. So there will be removal of poverty by providing elementary education. Giving education, we can remove poverty from the country. Why? Because if the people will be educated, they can do any work to earn the money for their livelihood. So in that situation, if elementary education will be provided for all the citizens of India, naturally poverty will remove from our country. Number third point is that decline population growth. Decline population growth. Do you know this thing? If there is large number in the family and production is less, production given by some members of the family, that production will be eaten by other member of the family. In that situation, the family will be happy? No, it is not possible. If the population will be less, member of the family will be less, there will be surplus thing which will not be consumed by other people. And that surplus can be sold in the market and we can get extra money. And that money will be invested in the development of the family. So, it is the opinion of economists, population control of population can remove the poverty. It is the opinion of the people, those who are studying economics. The next point is that increasing employment of the women. Fourth number, increasing employment of women and the weaker and the economic and the weaker section of society. Do you know this thing? In our country, there is a large number of women who are idly sitting inside the house. They are not engaged any productivity, any activity of productivity. So they are a burden on the country. In that situation, poverty will not be removed from our country. So it is the stress given by the government to provide employment for the women who are a important part of our society. If they will get employment, that means there will be production, money will come in the family and the family will develop. This way, poverty will be removed from our society. So, all these things, writing some questions in front of us. So, we are going to study regarding the question writing by the society to remove the poverty from the country. So, we will discuss all these questions which are a great challenge in our society. There are some questions regarding poverty. Questions regarding poverty. The number one question is that do they have education or shelter? First question, do they have education or shelter? Do you know this thing? This is the question regarding the poverty. Just now I have taught you, if the poor people will be educated, then they can earn money. If they will earn money, they will think about their food, clothes and the shelter. So, you know this thing, in slum areas, in urban sector, in the outskirt of the urban sector, urban areas, slums people are living in jhogis and jhopris. So it is the question, have they education or shelter? The answer will be that if there will be education among the people, they will not live in jhogis and jhopris. And in that situation, they can make their shelter. They will not move here and there like Banjaras. Do you know this thing? Shepherd like living standard is not good. Second point, are they free from caste and gender discrimination? Are they free from caste and gender discrimination? Do you know this thing? In our society, poor people are living in their own group. Why? Because our our society, which is known as developed, educated society, they are not allowing them to live in their society because their caste is below. Below means they are living in scheduled caste, in scheduled tribes and other backward classes. There is discrimination of gender also. We are thinking she is female, so she cannot work as hard as the male people can do. So there is such type of problem in our society. So there is problem in removal of or eradication of poverty from our country. But slowly, these problems, discrimination are going to be solved by the government by making strong laws against such type of activities. Number third is that is the child labor still common? Third, is the child labor common? You can see in our society, in small factories, cottage industries, small children are employed to work because the owner of the factory is giving less money. So that is the age of that child to get the education while they are working in the factory as a child labor. You can see some people who are rich in the society, they keep small children as a servant. They are working in their householding work such as bringing milk, looking after cattle, looking after their children and other house activities. So there is the child labor problem in our country, the situation, how we can remove the poverty. If they will get the education, they will be skilled, then they will get good money, earning, then poverty will be removed. But there is no such type of activities. The last point we are going to study about that bigger challenge is that bigger challenge is that still remain in the society. If we want to remove the poverty from the country, we have to accept bigger challenge which can eradicate the poverty from the society. Then our country, our state will be in the list of developing countries. So what are the challenges? First, providing health care. Providing health care. Number two is that education and job security. Education and job security. Number third, security for all. For all. Number third is that achieving gender equality. Achieving gender equality and dignity for the poor, and dignity for the poor. So these are the bigger challenge for the government. For the now we have to discuss on each bigger challenge. First one is that providing health care. Do you know this thing? India is the country of villages. Lot of people are living in villages. You also know that lot of people are illiterate. They are not aware of their health. So it is essential the government should provide medical facility in each and every panchayat. If there will be medical facility or hospital in every panchayat, people will be aware of their health. If there will be any problem, they will contact to the doctor. But these facilities are not available. It is available in block headquarters. Lot of people are not interested to get the medical facility to go to the block headquarters 3, 4, 5 kilometers away from their villages. So if we want to remove the poverty from our country, first one is that we have to provide medical health care. The second one is that education and job security for all. Have you heard or yesterday I have taught you regarding RTE, right to education? It is the law passed by the government. Means the child who is below the 14 years of age, they have right to get the education. In that situation, the government should provide education to all. If they will get education, there should be reservation for job such type of people. If they will be in job, there will be security for their life. This way, we can remove the poverty from our country. The third one is that achieving gender equality and dignity for the poor. Do you know this thing? In our society, there is a discrimination at large level in our society. We are thinking that she is woman, she cannot do work equivalent to man. So there is the discrimination. We are not giving dignity to the poor woman in the society in that situation. Is it possible to eradicate poverty? It is not possible. If discrimination of gender will be removed and dignity will be provided for the poor people, then there will be removal of poverty. So these are the bigger challenges for the government, and government is taking a step to remove the poverty, but there is no good focus for the implementation of such type of program. So it is essential for the government to monitor such type of activities time to time among the poor people. Are they getting their chance for the job, for the medical facility, or for job security in the society? If there will be such type of activity, from the government, then 100% poverty can be removed. So this chapter is completed by me, Poverty as Challenge. Each and everything I have discussed in front of you. Now it is your duty to study all these things nicely, and I will give you some question to solve it. You will write all these answer question in separate copy. When classes will continue, I will check you each and every activity which will be helpful to increase your knowledge. Thank you. Happy next day.